on?
No.
It's on? No?
No.
There's a wee switch.
Hello. Was it until like Right, cheers Andy. Good evening ladies and gentlemen. Me and Joe would just like to start by saying it's great to see so many of Andy and Lorna's nearest and dearest family and friends here tonight to celebrate their special day. Or as Andy would probably tend to call you,
Mama and Big Joy Madame.
Mannies, Muggles,
All my pals.
and my bird Lorna.
So speaking of Andy's pals, he's only got two. So coincidentally, that's why we're standing here in front of you this evening. Although having said that, it was a close call between us two and Andy and Lorna's two cats.
Thankfully, we got the nod. So to introduce ourselves, we've taken a leaf out of Andy's book of crap tattoos and gone and got a couple of matching ones ourselves. So without further ado, I'm Jamie.
Andy's got another one with date of birth on his arm, but we decided to go just one further tonight, just in case we have too much to drink at the bar, maybe forget where we are. So we've gone and got our postcodes and houses. There's kids in the cottage. Anyway, before we go ahead and ruin Andy's big day with a few embarrassing stories about him, we thought we'd start with the formalities. So it's part of our responsibility to thank. Hold on, I'll get this right. From Simran and Deborah to give their thanks to the happy couple for letting them be part of the special day. So.
Yeah, it's safe to say the girls have done a fantastic job supporting Lorna up to today, and I believe they organised a great hen night for you, so we hear. And they both obviously look gorgeous. So I would also like to take this opportunity to clear up a small debate that Andy touched on about since we met him. Basically, Andy's been telling us that Deborah's been 14 years old, and tonight obviously he's told us that it was our 15th last week. So we'd just like to ask Deborah, what age are you actually?
Jamie, don't ask that question.
You
can never tell.
21, Joe, 21.
Debbie, come here all.
I'm moving something up.
So as many of you will agree, Andy's clearly punching. Oh, sorry, we missed it. We'll come back to that joke, but laugh again when I say it. So anyway, on to the bride, Mrs. McGuinness. It's a bit obvious, we'll say it again, Lorna, you look absolutely stunning today.
We did have a few jokes lined up here, Lorna, which was just rude. But see, after seeing you walking down the aisle today, I don't know about you, Joe, but I was going to have tears.
Yeah.
You look absolutely beautiful, and you don't make it our bad jokes, so sorry.
And as many of you will agree, Andy is clearly punching. Not only is Lorna beautiful,
she's smart,
she's funny,
she's the breadwinner of the household,
she's a great cook,
she keeps her home clean and tidy,
and she's also got a huge rack.
Spice rack!
All joking aside, Lorna, you really do look fantastic, and any man would be very lucky to be able to call you his wife.
Everybody else is getting hot. Right, so our journey to standing here embarrassing ourselves in front of you all today started when we first met Andy at Glasgow Dental School 9 years ago. Even back then, Andy and Lorna were already an item after meeting at a 5th year Bishey High School disco.
So, we'll picture the scene. So Andy's there.
Smaller.
That was our joke, Stevie. Too many words, didn't you? So Andy's there. Smaller. With the joggies on. And the blonde highlights in his heavily gelled hair. And yes, it was blonde, because this was well before the 50 Shades of Andy that we see today. And yes, it was also a full head of hair.
Lorna's there, cutting shapes on the dance floor with her spice rack.
So, Andy shimmies up with a beetroot face. And of course, he's doing the shoulder dance. He finally gets to say the line he's been preparing all night. I really wanna.
Yeah, did you just fart? Because you just blew me away. So, moving swiftly on to the man of the hour, Casanova himself. We wanted to basically, Andy, start with an apology. You touched on your degrading marks at uni. That's 100% our fault. We basically got Andy his only B that he ever had in his life.
Basically, the three of us had a hand in a joint report about a dental elective. That was about 5 years ago, so yeah, sorry about that, Andy. Come to think about it, that was probably what triggered the grey hair.
So, as we touched on, many of you know, Andy is probably the smartest man in Scotland, in the dental world anyway. But he has a tendency to do things that the rest of us would consider ridiculously stupid. Or talk a total load of pish.
So, like you mentioned earlier, this has got Andy the reputation of having his very own, aptly titled, Big Book of Pish. So, just bear with me a minute. Tonight, in true TV show style, Andrew McGuinness.
This is your Big Book of Pish.
So Andy, clearly there's a lot of pish in here. Choose from, but we'll start at the New Testament at least. Chapter 47, right? Why don't we start at the bit where we all went to Costa Rica on that dental elective we touched on earlier, 5 years ago.
So we did 2 weeks of dentistry and some Costa Ricans, which all went fine. We basically fulfilled fine, average, best. We fulfilled our main objective, which was to not kill anyone. Although Andy did have a close shave at one point, where he was convinced that he'd contracted AIDS. Now we're not talking about HIV, full-blown AIDS. When he basically got a small paper cut while handing out medical history forms.
So being like a complete hypochondriac, Andy threatens to go home immediately on the next flight. I've got home for treatment, you know. But thankfully, we rushed into A&E and they had a spare plaster. So we were playing the triple roll. His general health wasn't the only issue on the trip, actually. And contrary to what you might think from the #1 dental student, 5 years in a row. So yeah, his oral health was a bit of a shambles.
For the whole trip, we basically didn't need to set an alarm clock because we were guaranteed to be rudely awoken by what can only be described as dying dog breath. In fact, I think a dying dog may be offended.
Yeah, I think so. But don't worry, Lorna, it's your big day. We've splashed out a few quid and we've got you a good wedding present, Andy. It's the latest in modern toothbrush technology, the Oral-B 60,000. So remember, Small circle movements, basically, Andrew.
So our elective was in Costa Rica, as we touched on. So a couple of weeks into Costa Rica, me and Joe were using our phrase books, trying to pick up a bit of the local lingo, trying our hand out at Spanish, ordering dos cervezas and a Smirnoff Ice.
But Andy, on the other hand, got his translation straight out of the big book of Pesh. So one night before bed, we've all got an early start, 6 o'clock in the morning, all getting tucked in. And Andy says to Carlos, the room service guy, who, bear in mind, doesn't speak a single word of English. Scusi! Goni chap! My door in the morning! Por favor? Yep, fluent in Spanish. So, we could go through story after story from the Big Book of Pesh here, but we wouldn't be here all week. So, to save time, we've picked out the top 10 direct and a full of Pesh quotes. So, kicking things off, and in at number 10, I definitely wear the trousers, sorry, joggies, at home.
Pesh. And at number 9, I lost my front tooth in a skiing accident.
Fat lady, number 8. I know my feet are small, but we all know size doesn't matter.
Number 7, I definitely failed that exam. I mean, I just didn't study enough for it. Pesh.
And at number 6, I am not a brown noser. Pesh.
Funnily enough, at number 5, I am over 5 foot tall.
Pesh. And number 4, I don't know why you call me Shaniqua. I don't have a big arse.
Late entry at number 3, it was just a total coincidence that Lorna turned up on our lad's holiday.
And coming in at number 2, I don't have a posh accent when I talk to my patients. And the number 1 and the bullshit quote of the century goes to...
Rangers are a great football team.
So we could carry on all night, but I'm sure you get the idea. Just in case you're starting to think your speech is pish, we're going to wrap it up soon, but we thought we'd briefly have to mention the stag do.
Obviously, we can't say too much, as everybody knows what goes on stag stays on stag. But a definite highlight was of our 25-man trip to Amsterdam was the all-you-can-drink canal cruise in the sunshine. So we were all there, swaying away, singing that beautiful ballad. Kiss a baldy bastard! Kiss a baldy bastard! I'm sure we'll all be singing along the way. Right. Now, as Joe said, I'm sure you're all hungry and desperate for your dinner, so we just like to get a bit more serious for a moment, and finish off by firstly saying to Andy that even though we've given you a hard time tonight, and for most of the time we've known you, we want you to know that we both feel very privileged to be your best friends, and agree you're genuinely one of the smartest guys and most genuine guys we know.
So, Sandy, we both love you, and we just want you to know that, like today, for the rest of our lives, we'll be right by your sides if you ever need us, when you need us. And the happy couple in general, in the past 9 years since we've met you, couples have came and gone, but you two have always been there through thick and thin, and you're the couple that every other couple looks up to, or down to in Andy's case.
You really are a special couple, and we couldn't imagine two people that are better matched to be together. We're very lucky to be Andy's best man today, but also to have Lorna as one of our best friends. Also, both of you, you'll always be our friends for life.
Yeah.
To finish things off, one last toast. So can everyone please be upstanding to Andy and Lorna, the new
Mr. and Mrs. McInnes.
Get the bloody bastard.